In a recent development, the Cross River State government announced the mandatory 40,000 naira borehole drilling fee. This notice, rather, was issued by the State Commissioner for Water Resources, Barrister Basi Menta. He explained that the fee covers site inspection, water and sanitation assessment, and other quality analysis to ensure that the borehole meets the State Wash Law of 2025. So he then went on to warn that defaulters will pay a whopping 100,000 naira or face a 6-month jail term. The 40,000 naira borehole drilling fee has been greeted with mixed feelings. Cross Riverians are talking. Some are for it, others are against it. In this episode of the 148 podcast, we will be discussing these issues. Ladies and gentlemen, my guests are in the studio. In no time, we'll go on a quick commercial. When we come back, there's so much to unpack. Stay with us.
Knock.
My osatepe, I could be your pepe. Me and you go tepe. My osatepe, I could be your pepe. Me and you go tepe. My pastor say make I live vanity, but this your body confraternity. You don't reduce all my anxiety. Oh my babe, my mind sincerely. Now your body I want daddy. I know there is in comfort. Now only you be my comfort. Only you be my comfort.
The topic of conversation for today is Cross River Borehole Drilling Permit, Purpose and Impact on Water Sustainability. And joining me to talk about this conversation for today is Mr. Felix Peter Irek. He is the head of Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Regulatory Department, Ministry of Water Resources. Good to have you, sir.
It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. Thank you very much.
How are you feeling today?
I'm good.
Are you ready for us?
Of course, I am.
Should we expect fire? Or ice?
No problem. I will try our best so that our listener will understand the topic of discussion, which has generated so much controversy.
Exactly.
Space,
Because Cross Riverians are very angry. So
No,
we're
they
hoping
don't have
that
to be
at the
angry.
end of the conversation.
No,
Why?
They don't have to be angry because it's what we are doing in the state. It's for the interest of every
It's
Cross Riverian.
beneficial. Okay, amazing. Okay, we also have Honorable Effiwat, BORDAN Assistant Coordinator, Calabar Unit. Good to have you here, sir.
Pleasure being here.
Amazing. So we'll start from the basics, Mr. Felix. What is the WASH Law of 2025 and what does WASH mean?
Thank you very much for that important question. So first of all, I wish to explain the acronym WASH, W-A-S-H, which stands for Water, Sanitation and Hygiene.
Right.
Yeah, so it is no longer news that SLSC, the Governor of Cross River State, Senator Prince Basi, headed to, has signed the WASH law. That WASH law is a law that helps to address all the issues that concern water, sanitation and hygiene in the state. And it will help the state and every person in the state to enjoy quality access to water, good sanitation and hygiene. And so in the law, there are a lot of provisions in that law to
Okay.
ensure that this objective is met. So in terms of water, the law made it very, very clear. One of the cardinal objectives of that law in terms of water supply is that all Cross Riverian, irrespective of your tribes, whether you're a man, a woman, girl, student, every Cross Riverian is entitled to quality, safe water supply. So with this law, you have to ensure that every water that every Cross Riverian takes in is of good quality is of good standard. So that is the aspect of the water supply. Also in terms of sanitation too, the law has also made it very clear that cross-riverians too are entitled to good sanitation facilities. A situation whereby across the length and breadth of Cross River, we should not experience anything open defecation, people shitting in the open. Every cross-riverian should have a good toilet. Every cross-riverian should have a place where they can be able to, empty their bowel at the end of the day, and that should be done in such a way that it should not be exposed to the environment, because if it is exposed, flies and other insect organisms can perch on it and transmit it to food which we take in, and they result to sickness and diseases. So the law made the provision very clear, and also in the law,
right,
we have provisions and role and responsibilities for all the ministry, department, agencies, and even private sectors that are carrying out activities, doing things in water and sanitation and hygiene in the state. So for instance now, the government establishment, that is the MDAs, that are into construction of wash facilities, that is water sanitation facilities like boreholes, toilets, and so on and so forth. The law has spelled it clearly that these people should do these things according to standard best practices. So there should be nothing like substandard production or construction of water facilities in the state. So whatever should be done should be of standard, and it should be for the good of every cross-riverian. Also in the private sector,
right,
it also creates a room for the private sector to operate effectively in the state without fear or favor. So like I said earlier, the law has taken care of everything that has to do with wash in the state, and it is for the benefit of every cross-riverian.
Okay, so about it being for the benefit of every cross-riverian, I'd like to ask a question, a very important question that most cross-riverians are asking. I mean, I'm the one providing this water for myself. Why do I have to pay 40,000 naira for it? Because the state water board services have not provided water for the state in such a long time. And now I then go on to resort to providing water for myself, and I have to pay a certain amount for even that to happen. It comes off as being unfair, and it being insensitive rather, in the aspect of the government towards the plight of the people. Don't you think? So how would you react to that?
Okay. Thank you very much. Sorry, my manners. I need to laugh and smile over it, because this, is a normal thing for me, because whenever anything good is coming, people some person may not be able to understand what we are driving at or what this thing is heading to.
Okay.
Yeah, but I believe that most people feel or cross-riverian will understand it even from the beginning. Like I said earlier, in the objective of the law, which ensure quality wash service delivery for every cross-riverian. Now, if you want to ensure quality services for the people of Cross River, or quality services in what you are doing, it is very clear that you must have to, put in some thing, as in spend some monies in order to achieve that. Sorry, I'm not trying to make it look as if we are doing business with it. Yeah, it's not business at all.
Okay.
But sure, so concerning the 40,000 naira, it is not outside the law. The 40,000 naira, in fact, that price is far less than what it's supposed to be, because the services we are providing as regards the 40,000 naira cannot compare with the amount of money being paid. So as part of the 40,000 naira, we'll use some of these monies to do water quality analysis or testing.
Okay.
Now,
you go to the people's houses to do that?
Yeah, so what we do is when you are drilling the borehole, or before you drill the borehole,
right,
you must have to come to the office and then register and get a permit. Just come to the office, inform us that I want to drill a borehole in my compound.
Okay.
So we'll now issue a permit for you. First, we get the information about your location, your address, then get you the permit, which goes for that fee of 40,000 naira. So the 40,000 naira includes water quality testing or analysis. Okay. So that water, that your borehole you are drilling, will send professionals from the ministry, from the office,
okay,
the department, they say, professional geologists, hydrogeologists, water engineers, mechanical engineers, who will come to the site and make sure that the borehole is properly sited. Yeah, so we work based on the National Code of Practice that says that before you drill any borehole, you must have to follow a certain siting distance from your septic tank or soakaway or any waste dump around the compound. So we have to ensure that when you are siting the borehole, it's at least of a reasonable distance according to the International Code of Practice for borehole drilling. And so that part of that money, just 5,000 naira from it, will take care of the transportation of these professionals to your site, to your location where the borehole is going to be. Then, after drilling of the borehole, we'll make sure that your borehole is well developed and the water is clear. Then we'll get the water to the lab to test for physicochemical parameters and bacteriological parameters. That's to say, we are going to check for the chemical composition of that water, to know whether the water is according to it's safe for drinking and is not above the permissible limit according to Nigerian standard quality for drinking water.
Okay, now to you, Honorable Effiom. Let's talk about BORDAN as the assistant coordinator. What is the meaning of BORDAN and how useful is that association to this topic of conversation?
Thank you. The acronym BORDAN,
yes,
means Borehole Drillers Association of Nigeria. It's a body in all the states of the Federation.
Okay.
We have a national body in Abuja and different state structures. Basically, we are the practical men on ground who do the real drilling, either through rigs or this other easier method. There are some we call chaka and tripod, depending on the soil texture.
Okay.
So our body, BORDAN, is in strong partnership with the state government on this, because we've had incidents severally of our members who abandoned jobs and abscond, who after completion of jobs is abortive, no water. The next thing, police will be involved, court cases will be involved. So we welcome this partnership and the passage of this law so that it will streamline and strengthen the profession. Because it wouldn't be nice after spending your hard-earned money for the purpose of drilling borehole. At the end of the day, borehole becomes abortive, or it works for a few days, collapses, or the water content, water quality,
it's not good enough.
It's not good enough for you to consume. So it's a welcome development by our members.
Okay.
Even though we have some misgivings by some members, but in all, it is for the good of the BORDAN members and the public.
Okay. So, how does this work? Does it mean that when the cross-variants come to the Ministry of Water Resources to get this permit, you then assign them to BORDAN to do the drilling? Is that how it works? Or what's the 40K for?
Okay.
I think a cross-variant, that's the most important question that cross-variants want answered.
Yes. Thank you very much. You asked 2 questions, so I'm going to answer them. Actually, let me continue from where my vice chairman of BORDAN Calabar is. Yes, BORDAN is an organized private sector that we are partnering with to be able to achieve the objective of setting this law. Yes, so in BORDAN, like I said, the organized private sector, they have their members, they have their constitution. So everybody in that association, we assume that is an experienced borehole driller.
Okay.
So the regulatory department, that is the Ministry of Water Resources, has to ensure that all the BORDAN members are registered and issue license. So whenever someone comes to the office to register or to get a permit to drill his or her borehole,
yes,
this person will be linked to these BORDAN members.
Okay.
Or sometimes some of them knows these BORDAN members, so most times they will contact them and say, okay, come and drill my borehole. They will even bring the person to the office. But this is the person that wants to drill the borehole. So our job is now to ensure that this person is truly the certified member of BORDAN, and by that he is also registered and issued license from the office as a driller in Cross River State. So we work together. It's a very good. We have a very good relationship.
So you're saying that
regard,
after I come for the permit,
yeah,
I'm not allowed, based on the fact that I'm paying a certain amount for this particular thing.
Okay.
I am not allowed to go and look for just any driller anywhere.
Yes, yeah. You
so
are not
allowed. So I'll be assigned
allowed.
a driller.
You are assigned a driller, someone that can do the job perfectly for you.
So after paying this 40,000 naira, would I still pay? Would I still pay another money for the drilling to be done, or the 40,000 naira houses the entire payment?
Okay.
And the entire cost, rather, the entire cost.
Okay. Yeah, so yes. This is a very important question. Please, I want to emphasize that the 40,000 naira is just a drilling permit fee. It's a drilling permit fee. It's not the cost of drilling your borehole.
Okay.
So I've always mentioned it in different fora and different meetings platform. That's 40,000 naira. That money is divided into 4 different categories of service to the client. So, and in fact, the service we offer, like I always said, is more than the 40,000 naira. Because, take for instance, he wants to analyze their water alone. Take it to any lab in Nigeria. You cannot analyze 32 parameters of physical-chemical parameters and biological parameters for just 15,000 or 20,000 naira. And that is just the money we factor in there. So you will discover that most of the cost is even subsidized by government. And we are doing this so that you, the client, should be able to understand the quality of water you are taking in. Because people drink water because they see the water is clean. They don't even know that they are even taking in poison. And they don't even care to analyze it. Meanwhile, more than 90% of sickness are waterborne sicknesses came from the water. So if we can address that issue, you see that you have saved a lot of problems. Reduce poverty, because the cost of buying drugs to even treat your malaria, typhoid, which is a recurrent sickness, will be reduced. And others sicknesses from the water that are even eating or killing you gradually because most of this heavy metal, or if you drink water in a formation that is highly mineralized, that's contain most of this heavy metal coming from the soil or the rock formation, these minerals contain will cause cancer into your system. And you know cancer, what it takes. In fact, you don't even have treatment for it. So the 40,000 naira give you an opportunity to know the quality of water you are drinking. And if it's not of good quality, we will tell you what to do to address it, so that you'll be able to take good water. That is why the law, number 1 objective says, every cross riverian has a right to drink good quality, safe water and enjoy sanitation and hygiene facilities. So, like I always say, in order to ensure these things are done of quality, there must have to be a regulation, a process that monitors and ensure that these things are done. And that is why a little fee of 40,000 naira should not be a problem. For instance, you go and drill a borehole, you spend almost 1.something million, 800,000. What is 40,000 naira? What is 40,000 naira that you will just pay to make sure that what you are doing is of good standard? So it's something that we have to think it the other way around. We know government is responsible to provide so many things for Cross River for us. At the same time, as Cross Riverian, we also have our own obligation to make sure that whatever we are taking in is of good quality, in order to prevent a lot of sicknesses.
Okay, down to you, Honorable Effiom. Cross Riverians are saying that it is not fair. You're not providing water. Now, I believe that it is the right of every Cross Riverian to have good and quality water.
Yes.
But Cross Riverians are saying that the government is not providing water, right? So is it fair for the government to ask me to pay for providing water for myself? What do you think about that?
That's a very tricky question. Let's go this way before I answer you straight.
Okay.
In the construction industry, housing, for instance, you can't just stand up, bring in a mason, set these blocks for me, put up a story building, at the end of the day it collapses and kills people. There's a regulatory body, current, in charge of that makes sure that your hard-earned money is well utilized, your safety is guaranteed. That is the same thing that is applicable to this 40,000 naira. We know it's painful. We know it's painful that government cannot provide, but government cannot provide everything we need. Government cannot provide security. We are paying private securities, we are paying vigilante. Government cannot give us electricity. We are buying solar systems, we are buying generators. And in doing all those things, we go to the right people. Want to install a solar system in your house, you go to the qualified engineer. Why don't you just go to the shop, buy it, come and set it up? It catches fire. We take pains to do those things because it's our hard-earned money. But you see, for this water situation, it's annoying. We appreciate that. It's annoying and painful.
I like that you acknowledge that it is annoying.
But we are pleading for our own safety, for our own good. Let us do the proper thing.
Nine.
My osatepe, I could be your pepe. Me and you go tepe. My osatepe, I could be your pepe. Me and you go tepe. My pastor say make I live vanity, but this your body confraternity. You don't reduce all my anxiety. Oh my babe, my sincerity. Now your body I want daddy. I know there is in comfort. Now only you be my comfort. Only you be my comfort.
warm welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. Still the 148 podcast, and so far we have been talking about the Cross River State borehole drilling permit. I have Mr. Effiom, Effiwat in the studio. Honorable Effiom in the studio, and we also have Mr. Felix, Peter, Irek as well. And so far they have dished out so much that can enlighten, inform, and educate the public about this particular issue. So I'll come back to you, Mr. Felix, Peter, Irek.
Yeah.
If we're paying 40,000, sorry, I have to keep re-emphasizing that.
It's important. It's important, no problem.
Because that's the part that's pinching us the most. I mean, the government could have done this free because we should have access to quality water free of charge.
Yeah.
Definitely. So if we're paying 40,000 naira for water, does it mean that the water board is closed down? The water board commission is closed down. Should we not expect any water anymore from the water board commission? Because usually that is the body that should provide water to citizens.
Yeah.
So if we're now paying, or if the government is now coming in full force and saying that, okay, you can get access to water, but you have to pay a certain fee, does it mean that we're shutting down that aspect of government?
The answer is no. Water board has not shut down.
Okay.
Water board is coming to life very, very soon. I'm saying so because I am an insider, and I also I understand the plight of Crossivarian.
True.
Because as a Crossivarian, born and brought up here, all my education here from childhood, I know I really enjoyed when the water board was running, fetching water in our houses without the stress of going out to look for water for those who can afford it. But unfortunately, be that as it may, now we are not enjoying those kind of privileges again. But let me assure you, Crossivarian, that water board has not shut down.
Okay.
And Crossivarian, you should also understand that this regulation of water services in the state is not only, or does not only apply to the private or the individuals alone. It also applies to all the water service provider from government and the private sector. And even you as individuals, you provide water for yourself, you have to be regulated. So even the water board, anytime it comes up, the regulatory agency or regulatory department is going to ensure that the quality of water they are producing to the public is of standards, is the best. And the same thing with other government MDs. RUWASA, which is in charge of providing water for the rural communities or villages we have in the state. And even other related MDAs, like we know that Ministry of Education is provide water in schools, Ministry of Health, sometimes health facilities. So regulatory body ensure that this same water they are producing is of good quality. And they are also paying the same permit. It's not only for individual. Please. And the same thing we check, all the things we check, you are citing water quality, material standards used for the construction of borehole. We will do the same thing
for the government bodies.
So it is something that got across all the sector. It's not only for the individual. So it's not witch hunting. So water board is coming in. I keep on emphasizing a lot of work going on behind the scene to make sure that water boards come to life. Please don't be deceived. Government can never abandon water board, because if you see the investment in water board across the 9 local government where we have water plants, in fact, it will take an irresponsible government to say that I should just leave it like that for It's worth billions and billions of naira that I cannot even estimate. So government is working behind the scenes seriously to bring water board back to life. And we know even when water board was operation, people still drill boreholes.
Okay.
People still drill boreholes. And so don't think that when the water board comes to life, they did
not trust the quality of water we're getting from water
board. Of course. And that is why the regulation has come in. That when the water board comes to life, they make sure that water board render good services and
Okay.
good quality.
So
Then-
the delay is to make sure that when it comes back on board, we get good water.
Yeah, it's not because of the regulation that water board has not come on board. Yeah, it is not. That is not the issue. Their water board has its own peculiar issue. Water board is managed by the Cross River State Water Board Limited, which is an urban component. So even in the water law that bet this regulation and the rest, outline clearly the roles and responsibility of water board to ensure that they provide water to all the urban places we have in Cross River State, good quality water. And for us to ensure that there is good quality water, a regulatory body will go round and check that the water they are producing is of good quality. The same thing with WASA and other MTAs. So the law does not only apply to the regulation,
Okay.
it also applies to the rules of other MTAs
Okay.
in producing water services to the people. And even the role of government itself through the Ministry of Water Resources
Okay.
to ensure that good water is produced to the people. So water board is coming alive. Please don't think that regulation has come to kill water board or the government decided to bring regulation so that there will no water board. The water board is coming to life. Thank you.
From the word of Mr. Felix, Irek, water board is coming back. So just in case you thought that that chapter of government is done, now you know better. I'd also like to ask a very pertinent question, Mr. Felix, before I come to you, Honorable Effiwat. What then happens to people who had already drilled boreholes in their houses? Would you be doing like a house-to-house going about to go and check the quality of their water? Would they still be required to pay this fee? What is going to happen to those people who already drilled before this law was passed?
Okay, so thank you very much. Yeah, we are also planning to see how we can go around, carry out what we call a borehole inventory in Cross River State.
Okay.
We'll start from the south and go across all the state. And the essence of that borehole inventory is to check the quality of water our people are drinking. So we're going around house to house, pick the water sample and analyze. So in that case, the fee you are paying is to enable us analyze the water for you. Because it costs so much to procure chemicals and even the services for experts to carry out this activity. So you just pay a token and they will get the water analyzed and they will give you the text results. And if it is okay, we ask you to continue. If it is not, we don't advise you on what to do. So we are already preparing for that. It's even in our budget for 2026. So we are sure that activities will be done. So for those that have already drilled, and when we certify that the water you are drinking is okay, we'll be giving, we'll give you, we will certify you. If your water is okay, we'll certify you so that this water you are drinking is okay.
Good.
It's good. You can drink it. Then we will advise you to be doing monitoring every 6 months.
Okay.
You can pick the water sample. Let's check.
So the water
if
can
it
get
has been
contaminated.
Yeah, it can get contaminated
Even after treatment.
after treatment. So we advise you to do monitoring. Please consider this is a very good approach to safeguard our health. It's a very good approach. You know, these days people doesn't live long again. People just wake up and collapse. Don't know what is happening. Let us try this. Let us be patient with government. It's not everything we criticize government.
Yeah.
This initiative is one of the best. That is why we commend the governor for signing the water law. Because this particular bill has been in the pipeline since 2012. So almost 12-13 years now. It has undergone a lot of scrutiny, additions. Some will even be hiding. Some say no, it will not pass through until when the governor came and he look at it again and say, this thing is good for us. So why have we not been attending to
Passed
it?
into law.
So it is not just 40,000 naira. Please, let us live about without 40,000. 40,000 is, as far as I'm concerned, it's not money. The quality of service for 40,000 naira, it's more than that.
tepe. I could be your pepe. Me and you go tepe. My tepe. I could be your pepe. Me and you go tepe. My pastor say make I live vanity, but this your body confraternity. You don't reduce all my anxiety. Oh my babe, my mind sincerely. Now your body I want daddy. I know there is in comfort. Now only you be my comfort. Only you be my comfort.
Okay, so moving on, just before we let you both go, thank you so much for being with us up to this time. I'd like to get your opinion, Mr. Effiom, if you want. Do you think that it is right for the government to tax people before drilling water for them? These are some of the questions that people are asking. Do you think it is right that the government is? What are your thoughts?
I don't think the proper word for that
Is taxing.
is taxing.
Okay.
It is not taxing. It's just like I keep bringing in because we've been used to the construction industry. You have money, you go to buy a land. You buy. Government tells you for the value of the land you've bought, you pay 2% so charges, 2% this, 3% this, all sum up to 10% before we can give you C of O, which is the legal title that you can present in court that this is my land. Not just buying the land, going to develop. Some other person too had bought the land comes up to say this is my land. How do you prove that's your land? So let Crossriver not look at this as taxation. It is a necessity. It's only that times are hard.
It's a very important factor. Times are hard.
Times are hard. But you see, what is good doesn't come easy.
Sure.
And what is worth doing
It's worth doing well.
is worth doing well. Because it has to do with consumption. It has to do with our lives. See, like what he said, all these waterborne diseases, they don't just come. It takes a gradual process of continuous consumption.
Amazing. So this 40,000 naira, is it that because you mentioned that we have to recheck the water after 6 months because it can still get contaminated? So when you're coming back to recheck it, are we paying 40,000 naira again, or the 40,000 is a one-off forever and ever, amen?
It's okay. So
so if we want to come and recheck the water, are we paying extra money?
This thing is bringing more other questions. If we are coming to do monitoring for your borehole, you don't pay us money to come and do monitoring of your water.
Okay.
In fact, at this point in time, we even expected that we should have, accept this policy ourselves and see the importance of it. That we should be the one even calling government, say, please,
come and check my water.
Come and check this water again, whether this water is still okay for us. But be that as it may, like I said, the proper way of ensuring that you keep on drinking quality water over time is to monitor your water every 6 months.
Okay.
So when you get the permit to drill, that is all. Other activities of checking the water is now left for you. Government from time to time will want to carry out update of wash inventory, as in water facility inventory.
Okay.
And in that process, it will also check the quality of water that Crossriver State people are drinking, because we are not drinking. So when we come to check, if you say you want to check for your water, it's not, you won't pay the money, but we will tell you that this water need to be tested. So if you want to test the water, you pay for it to test.
Okay.
And again, what I want to mention is that, remember, like I said, let us not be looking at the other side of it.
The monetary aspect.
The monetary aspect of it.
But the value of it.
Let's all look at the value of it. In the sense that what we are doing is for the benefit of Cross-River.
Okay.
And this policy is new. It's not even a policy; it's a law now, because policy is just a guiding principle on how to carry out activities. It's a law, so we should just accept it the way it is, and we should help to encourage the government in this regard, because the drillers we are working with, most of them are still finding it difficult to do the right thing, and it disturbs us a lot. So we want the client, the citizen, the Cross-River too, to cooperate with government to make sure that their hard-earned money they are investing to drill borehole for themselves should not just be wasted. Please, because when we are informed and aware that you want to drill a borehole or drilling activities is taking place without the notice of the government, we'll quickly move to the site. I will make sure that this person is a registered member, because the law makes it very clear that before you become a water service provider drilling borehole for people, you must register and obtain license. So, and before the person registers and obtain license, there are procedures, there are processes he has to follow.
Yeah.
So we will ensure that this person actually is a real driller before we give you that license.
Okay.
And if eventually the person or the driller along the line decided to go on the contrary, the law has given the regulatory body power to license such a person.
Okay.
So look at it. You are sick, you go to a doctor, or you just go to anywhere. Can you just ask any person, give me drugs, let me take?
Definitely
You cannot. You want to go to a certified doctor that everybody know that this is the doctor that used to do it. So the public, Cross-Riverian, have a greater role to play in this regard.
And welcoming
Not
the idea.
just welcoming this idea and partnering with government to make sure that the services offered through this water service provider is of standard, because it's only the government that can check it. You know, before, this thing is like a laissez-faire. You know, people, the drillers at one side, the client at the other side. They were just like that playing, and there's no umpire referee to make sure that everyone is doing things.
It's regulated and doing what they should be doing.
Right. And now that we have this in place, it now behoves on us to welcome this development. Let us not continue to complain.
So in other words, you're saying if I come with my driller, that driller will be checked, interrogated, questioned properly before he's
already
licensed.
Okay, so no, we already have a timeline for where all these drillers should have registered. The regulatory body has been interfacing with all the drillers.
Okay.
Yeah, they are all aware. There's no driller in Cross-River State who call himself a driller and belongs to Borehole Driller Association of Nigeria that is not aware of this new regulation policy.
Amazing.
So, and some of them, you know, human nature, the other way around, I don't know how they feel. They will still don't want to do the right thing.
Nine.
My osatepe, I could be your pepe. Me and you go tepe. My osatepe, I could be your pepe. Me and you go tepe. My pastor say make I live vanity, but this your body confraternity. You don't reduce all my anxiety. Oh my babe, my sincerity. Now your body I want daddy. I know there is in comfort. Now only you be my comfort. Only you be my comfort.
We are still here on the 148 podcast. Thank you so much for staying tuned. We'll be wrapping things off now. But before we wrap things up, I'd like to ask you a question, Honorable Effiwat. Because it looks as if, I stand to be corrected, but it looks as if this development is targeted mostly at urban cities. What are the government doing? What are you doing? Or will this affect, will this, how do I put this now? Will this boil down or roll down to rural communities as well? Will this law be effected in those areas as well?
Yes, the law has already been effected in the rural areas. In Cross River State, we have BORDAN in four units.
Okay.
You have the Calabar unit, you have the Ugeb unit, you have the Com unit, you have the Goja unit. In all the units, we are not just, our services are not centered on the urban areas. Like Calabar, you have rural Calabar, so you know.
Sure.
The Abeyon, Cabo, those are purely rural
areas
within Calabar municipality. So for Goja, we will get and become that we know are mostly rural communities. Our members, BORDAN members, are really working in those communities as well.
Amazing.
So the implementation is not just for the urban centers only.
Okay, so we'll be reacting to some comments on social media.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just want to add to what my brother has just said. Yeah. So also we in the regulatory body, we have played a very big role concerning the implementation of this law in the rural areas. So like he rightly says, BORDAN association is in 4 different cells in the state. So for us to ensure that the people in the rural area get this message clearly, we engage all the borehole drillers across the 4 different cells we have in the state: the Goja unit, the Effiom unit, Ugeb unit, and then Calabar unit. And even the rig owners, most of them doesn't own the machines, but they have the experience of drilling and they are members of the BORDAN. So we engage those who really have these machines and even those who doesn't have them.
Okay.
So we put them through a lot of things, through the provisions of the law, through the standard procedures for borehole drilling. We have all sensitized them on what to do. Yeah, we even send our jingle across their platform to see how they will keep educating and sensitizing them. So I think as it stands now, this message has gotten all across. It's just for us to make up our mind and then start implementing and doing the right thing.
Okay, so about this message getting across. When I shared this conversation with some people yesterday, asking for their opinions about it, most people said that they hadn't heard about it. If I'm being honest myself, it was, I think, last week when my producer sent me the message that I knew about it. Yeah. So what are you doing to make sure that everybody is fully aware? Because people in my community are not aware. And if I'm being honest, I stay in a pretty rural community. So I believe that if it hasn't gotten to those in rural communities, it is questionable. Sorry, in urban communities rather, it is questionable how it's going to get down to the rural communities. So what are you doing to make sure that this information gets across board to every single Cross River area?
Okay, thank you very much. I think one of the things we are doing that's why we're here, because we believe that at the end of this forum, this conversation, this message will go across. So we have been have been having engagement with other media channels, houses like that. And then we also leverage on our Watch Media platform to see that most of every activities that is done concerning regulation is all covered. And that is not all. Also on our own part, we have been planning to see how we can carry more of these jingles, advert placement, billboard and all that. So it's like I said, it's a continuous thing, and we'll continue to sensitize the public. We'll continue to talk to the public. But our humble appeal is that let these BORDAN borehole drillers also help us too to see that, because they are very close to this to the public more, because they will need their services. So as they need their services, since we are already aware, we have already educated them, they should stand in a position of being a good ambassador to tell these people that, oh, this is why this thing should be done, and this is why the government says it should be done this way. Now, it's not left for them, like he rightly says, some of these persons, when you tell that they have someone misdoubt, you can come to the office, we'll put them through. Yeah, like some of them normally come, some clients, they say, I can't pay this kind of money. Let me go there and see. Why must I? There was a time when the woman came, was like, how can government is not producing water board, that they have turned water board to an estate? They want me to pay money. I'm going there. How can I pay? I won't pay this kind of money. He came and he sat down, we discussed, and he saw the need of paying it. It's not just about because you are producing water for yourself and you say you should not pay. So it's a normal thing.
So we'll just take some reactions from social media now. Somebody says, what is the purpose of this policy beside making money for the government and exploiting the people?
Okay, so this question was answered in my introductory conversation. Like I said, one of the purpose of this regulatory law in place is to ensure that all cross-riverians has the right to safe, quality, standard water. And like I keep on saying, you cannot have quality and safe water without carrying out or rendering some services that involve spending small token. One of which is carrying out water quality testing and analysis. These reagents cannot you can't manufacture them locally.
Okay.
You buy this thing with money. Yes, you bought this thing with money. And even government himself cannot buy all these reagents. So even as we are doing now, we have a partnership with some good private lab and the government lab.
Okay.
And the regulation ensure that these things are done according to the standard. So that is one of the major things. It's not about government getting money from it. It is the quality of service and the quality of water you are drinking, which will in turn result to good health outcome. Let me even shock you. Some years back, when cholera was pandemic across the country, you heard of what happened in Lagos, heard of what happened in other states. You can see that across the country, Cross River was like second. And after that, they shifted a little bit backward to third. Lagos was like number one then, as highest cholera endemic state. And the federal government immediately rise into action. And you can see as a very big concern. This cholera we are talking about is waterborne diseases. Yeah. So if the whole state, out of 10 state rating, and we are among the worst hit states, he called for an action.
Sure.
Yeah, we have to address this situation. And how about even within the state? 2021, 2022, 2023 up to 2024, cholera epidemic was just serially across the whole local government in the state. And Calabar, particularly here in Calabar, that most people are completely well aware of this, were most heated. Where we feel that Calabar is an urban area, the literacy level is high, people are exposed, are aware, sensitized, are supposed to ensure that the water they are drinking is of quality. But you see, Calabar South recorded one of the highest, even Odukwane, the death rate, everything was on the high side. And you think government should still keep on folding their hands. So it's not the best, because if Cross River will think our life is not important, government think your life is important to her.
Most of the questions and the reactions on social media are pretty much the same. So we'll just take one final one and then we'll wrap things off. So this is for you, Honorable Effiwat. Someone is saying, government, why all this unnecessary taxing? When the government is not even helping to ensure that residents in Calabar South have waterborne water.
These are major concerns. I'm not sure why.
When they see water board, I don't know what we're talking about.
Let the notion of government being tax conscious as against provision of basic amenities be off our mind.
Yeah.
Because one, Calabar South, if you look at their water table, it is one of the areas that is prone to what Mr. Felix just finished explaining. It is one of the areas that is prone to, if there's cholera outbreak, it spreads faster in Calabar South because of their topography. So I believe strongly that it is better to stay in good health than to be spending. He said poverty reduction and wealth creation. The money you spend on pharmacy and hospitals, if you go to hospital now, hospital is not for the poor any longer. True.
It's true, yeah.
So it is better we take care of the basic need of hygiene, good water, and he didn't mention all the pure water manufacturing companies are going to be
checked
as well.
You're going to be checked.
There's some pure water you take to your mouth, the odor will be so offensive. So it's for the generality of everybody's betterment that we should embrace this. I know times are hard.
True.
Maybe Cross-Riverans, by way of embracing the policy, should ask for a further reduction or sponsorship by the government rather than discarding the whole process completely. Yes. I have been involved. There were, before the passage, the last assembly, we went. They called us, we went, did this. At the end of the day, that same day, one of a former house member called me that I want to dribble. I said, these are the steps. They lie to hell with you, I'm not paying. I said, you? So we need to reawaken our consciousness on the safety of what we consume.
Amazing. Thank you so much. But before I let you go, I'd like to have your final words. I'll start with you, Mr. Felix Irek.
Yes.
What are your final words?
Okay, so my final word would be like, perseverance, please let's stop the complaining, let's stop attacking the government. Let's for once look at the positive side of things, not the other side. Let's stop being too critical over policies and laws that are in place. I'm very sure that you are following our conversation. You agree with me that what government is doing is not anti-people or anti-cross-riverians. It's for cross-riverians. In fact, there is no government that will fight against its subject unless it's an irresponsible government. And this government is none of that. It's people first government.
Emphasis on this government is none of that.
So it's a government that is after the people. That's why it's the people mantra government. So this law is for the benefit of the people. Let us come and work together. If you have anything concerning this, you are free to come to the office.
Amazing.
Minister of Water Resources room 12. Our phone lines. In fact, am I free to give phone lines?
Yes.
Okay, so our phone lines are very open. You can call my line 070 3615 1011. I am the head of the Water Service Regulation, the Ministry of Water Resources. So if you have any challenges, if you have any doubts, if you want to get more understanding, you can call this line or you come to the office anytime, Monday to Friday. We are open at room 12. Or you can visit our commissioner office during visit hour 2 to 4 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The PS door is always open. These are these people you can get more, get answers to whatever you want concerning this particular law. But like I keep on saying, What government have not abandoned water boards.
Okay.
I'm assuring you, one day you wake up and you see water board running 24/7 as it is. So there are a lot of work doing on the pipeline, and the regulation is for everybody, not only for the people, the individual. It regulates the water service provider on the government side and also on the private side. So I advise all of us to key into this new policy.
Thank you so much. Okay, now to you, Honorable Effiwat. Please, what are your final words?
My final word is an appeal to cross rivers to support the government in checkmating what the BORDAN members give out to them, to regulate our practices, the quality of material we use, and in strict adherence to all the laid down procedures in providing portable, safe water.
Okay. And that is about the size of our conversation for today, talking about the Cross River State borehole drilling permit fee and the water regulations in the state. Thank you so much for staying with us. We promise to bring more amazing content next week and even the weeks after. My name remains Heaven, and this is still the 148 podcast. Do not forget to follow us across social media platforms. Do have a great day. Bye.
My osatepe, I could be your pepe. Me and you go tepe. My osatepe, I could be your pepe. Me and you go tepe. My pastor say make I live vanity, but this your body confraternity. You don't reduce all my anxiety. Oh my babe, not my sincerity. Now your body I want daddy. I know there is in comfort. Now only you be my comfort. Only you be my comfort. Antidote, you know, figure, I'm insecure, I you be philanthropy, so